know why I feel this way. It's because of the server I love to play. An adventure for me every day. Play on the server the TimeShot way. Hello, people. It's Poet, and we're back. So, no new intro yet, but it's still a work in progress. I've been thinking about not just remixing it, but rewriting the lyrics to it, making new music for the background of it, and so on and so forth. Mars horse. Mars spawn thingy. This chest is? Oh, this outline is. Anyway, I've been thinking of remaking it, so that's something that I have to work on, and it takes a lot of time to do that, even though the one that I did do, the one that you see in the beginning of this episode, was done in about 5 minutes time, honestly. About 5 minutes took me to make that intro. I can do better than that. I know I can, and I will. I'm trying to see the roof here. This is why I'm bouncing around. Trying to see the roof and I can't. Do I have blocks? I got wood. I'll pillar up and see it. Let's pillar up to let's pillar up onto Fabe's roof, maybe. But anyway, today I wanted to talk about something that happened to me personally. Oh, it's sort of in a weird way similar to Fabe's roof. I see that he's got the impluvium, as they call them, where the water drains down and gives you the water for everything in your household. Interesting style. And then this one's also got like it's a roof like that, and then it's got the slots in between it every 3 blocks, same as this. Every 3 blocks, got the slots, if that's what you can call them. So I might do something similar. People were saying to me I should do something similar with my roof. And I think I will try that out. I'll have to grab some resources, but I think we can manage it in this episode, or at least start on it in this episode, while I talk about this thing that happened. Whoop, there was a horse that just ran by. Wood materials, that's what I need, and there's nothing that I need in there. I'm looking for dark oak. Dark oak. None. Alright. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go into the skeleton spawner area, grab some bones, bone meal. We're going to find a dark oak tree, bone meal it a bunch of times, cut it down, bone meal it, cut it down, bone meal. You know, same old. Gonna do that. Bones. Here we go. Don't need that many, honestly. Can I just put the bone meal back? I will. So anyway, this thing that happened to me wasn't just to me. It was actually something that happened on the Patron server. And some of you out there, the patrons out there watching, will know what I'm talking about because it was all in the Discord that we've got going. But I'm going to make it a little bit more public than that. I'm going to talk about it on here so that everybody knows about it and knows what's up. Especially since I stream from there from time to time. I haven't been as much lately because I was out of town in Michigan with Win. And I did not have time to stream in the evenings because Win would be home and then would have to use that time to record or to stream. So the timing was just not very good for us then. And I only think I managed to stream once while I was there. But I do intend to go back to streaming soon. Oh yeah, I was looking for dark oak. And so as such, like the server is important to me, but also to other people, the viewers, and so yeah, it's important that things go well there. I'll just say. So what happened is, I had oh, there's one. I'd had an interesting afternoon. There's another one I might cut down. There's a couple. I'm going to cut these two down because they're kind of in the back here, and if I don't quite grow them back the same way, I don't think anybody will really care. But anyway, I was trying to get videos out. Whoa. Hello. What? What's that even mean? Well, that was really quite weird. I don't know what happened. I respawned in right here. So, I don't know what was up there. I got like a crash, and then I could join other servers but not TimeShot, and I looked, and Pudsey was still online. She was still online, but I couldn't get online, so I restarted the server. Now I'm back, and it looks like the tree that I started to cut down didn't start to get cut down. There's bad things everywhere gonna come and hurt me. But now I kind of lost my place as to where I was going with that. So let me just kind of start over more or less. There we go. I'm gonna get rid of this guy too. There we go. Anyone else? No? Okay, good. All right. So what happened is I was out with my sister, and I was trying to get some videos done, but time just ran away with me, and I had recorded one, but I didn't have a chance to edit, render, upload, do all the other things that YouTubers do, because I actually had my sister had invited me to dinner, so I had to go, and I was actually running late. Went to dinner, had a great time. Good seeing her again. It's been a long time since I last saw her. Oh my god. It's been a long time since I last saw her, so it was nice kind of catching up, hearing about her new job and new car and things like that. Good things happening in her life, so that's always a good thing. There we go. Anyone else? This guy right there. Anybody else? Okay. So anyway, that was good. I got home and I had to get the videos out, so I was gonna do that. It was me and Wynn's movie night, and we had kind of planned it. We don't have a lot of time together, and this is kind of the last episode talking about how you know, we want to live together, we want to be together, that kind of thing. It extends further in that, like, she works, she has a day job that she goes to part-time, and it really sucks because not only does she like not get to partake in a lot of the YouTubery things that we do on TimeShot and just in general, like on the channel and stuff. Not only does she not get to participate in that kind of stuff, but we don't get a lot of time to spend together because she'll get home and it'll be 6 o'clock, and right away she's got to start streaming, you know, and she's super dedicated to streaming, which is good. You know, it's a source of income for her. She enjoys it way more than she likes YouTube. True facts. You can ask her. So streaming is her thing. She likes doing it, and she dedicates herself to a schedule and keeps up with it, but it makes it so that we just don't have a lot of free time to spend together. So needless to say, movie night together is like a really important thing. We don't get to spend all that much time together. I get to like spend that kind of time with her, just kind of private in a Skype call, for like an hour or two, watching a movie, watching a video, just chatting, playing a video game, whatever it is. We only get to do that maybe once a week, you know, at best. I would say once a week at best. And this time it was sort of hampered a little bit. Or dampered? Hampered? Both. It was both of those. By something that I caught out of the corner of my eye. So we actually had like the movie loaded up on both of our computers. She was, I think, going over some funny website, and I was just getting my video edited, getting it finished so that it could render while we watched the movie, and, you know, preparing for that. And I happened to open my Discord chat. And Discord, if you don't know, because I don't know if I've actually even ever talked about it, like ever. It's kind of like Skype, to put into very, very simple layman's terms. It's kind of like Skype. It's a communication program where we can chat and go into voice calls together and, you know, that kind of thing. So I have one set up for my patrons, the people who pledge money every month. And I caught something, like, I opened it to keep updated on what they're talking about in there and stuff, and right away I see some stuff about, you know, the server being griefed, which means basically things have been destroyed, ruined, otherwise taken down, defaced, so on. Which was pretty concerning to me because, you know, I take that kind of stuff seriously. One of my biggest rules on the server is just to have respect for others. Like, I don't really have rules on the server. People can basically get away with literal murder on there if they wanted. But one of my biggest rules, if not the only rule, apart from no hacking, is to just show respect for others. And what happens with griefing is that it's the definition of lack of respect. Because you're going to be breaking something that isn't yours, defacing something that isn't yours, or making the experience bad for others in some way. Even if it's just inconveniencing them, making them see things that they shouldn't see, and so on. So I jumped on the server, and right away, you know, movie night basically canceled. Because I had to take care of it. I had to make sure that the server was rolled back. So right away I had to start opening support calls with the server guys who run the server itself, telling them to roll it back to the backup that was taken in the morning. So nothing was broken or damaged that couldn't be fixed. That was never the issue. And then it went down to, I got down to business and started saying, like, okay, so obviously someone's on the server and they aren't acting appropriately. I have to take care of this. Like, we can't allow someone like that to just, you know, be on the server and cause problems for others. So the griefing itself was pretty destructive. There was obsidian placed everywhere. Things were set on fire. Even though I don't have fire spread on, things were set on fire. Certain parts of the male body were plastered around the spawn area. Vulgar words were written out in blocks in various places. Buildings and monuments and things that are, like, kind of nice for the community, like our map, the sign farm. There's a sign farm on my Patron server, if you don't know, kind of like the sign farm that TimeShot had. It was destroyed by TNT. Someone's base that they were working on was TNT'd all through the front. And just basically general destruction that, you know, it made me sick to my stomach that someone would do that. But it gets worse in that I did a bit of research into who it could have been, because like I said, I had to get down to business and find that out. And we do keep logs on there. Like I keep logs of everything that's said in chat on the server and otherwise. I keep track of who logs in, what commands they use or try to use. All of that stuff is logged for me. Whether they knew that or not it's unlikely that they knew that, because it was pretty easy to track down the culprits. And that's when I really started to get upset by it. Because what happened is I found out that it was some people in the community that I really had trust for. Like, trust in, respect for, appreciation for. These are people who they've donated to me multiples of times. They have shown up to live streams. They have been like pillars of the community. The very definition of. Like, they were the best of the best. Cream of the crop. The people I appreciated so much for helping me through some really hard times when money was tight and they'd given to me. When I wished so bad that I could do a series but couldn't afford it, they'd step up and donate, and things like that. And what happened is they kind of betrayed my trust in that they destroyed things. But it's not that simple. So, they didn't just go out of their way and destroy things to be jerks in that kind of sense. I mean, they did, but they didn't. So let me explain that. What I mean is that recently someone had come onto the server and had started taking things that weren't theirs and breaking things that weren't theirs, whether it was signs, whether it was killing mobs or villagers or horses, anything towards like you might have a redstone contraption and it gets ruined, things like that. And people were basically calling for blood. But I made it pretty clear several times that the server is made of many, many, many different people, of different backgrounds, different, ways of thinking, different maturity levels, different ages. We've got some really young kids on there, and I know so because their parents are the ones who bought the pledge to get on. Whether they ever log on or not is I really haven't looked too much into it. But I know that there is at least one parent and child who have logged in the past. And we're talking about children who are young enough that, I gave a pretty good analogy when I was sort of discussing this in my private Discord there, is that there are people of different ages, different mentalities, social disorders they might have, and I don't criticize or scrutinize those kinds of people. They aren't blameless in what they do, but they might be innocent in that they don't know what they're doing is wrong, or they don't know how it affects other people. Maybe they made a mistake and they just don't take as much time as a mature person would to fix it. Or they might be too shy or unsure to mention it. So the analogy I gave was that you wouldn't punish a 6-year-old for knocking a lamp off of a table, breaking a lamp. It must have been an accident. Even if it wasn't, they just don't know that their actions would have consequences. They're not old enough to know that. It's something that comes with learning, with age. And sometimes even then, people just weren't brought up in ways that we were, where they would know that something's wrong. The difference of right and wrong is something that you are taught. It's not something that you just know. So I try to tell people on there constantly, if things go missing, if things break, that's unfortunately just the way that it's going to be, because, what am I going to do? Reprimand one of the 6-year-olds for doing it, or kick them off the server, or, give them a talking to that they're not going to really understand anyway? Am I going to punish someone who has some kind of a social disorder and make them feel like they aren't welcome or that they aren't wanted? That's the last thing I want. I wanted everybody on there to be really comfortable, feel welcome, feel respected, and feel like they could have a place to go and just kind of unwind and hang out with other similar interested fans and, that kind of stuff. So that's the message I tried to send. But apparently it fell upon either deaf ears or was misinterpreted, or I'm really not sure where or how it was misconstrued, but I had said it many times, the same message, that you gotta really keep in mind that there are people who just might not understand, and although they can be the cause of it, they can be blamed for it, and we could even do our own sleuthing and figure out who it is. Punishing them wouldn't make any sense. So, that's kind of where I left it. What happened is, I guess the people on the server, some of them, not all of them, but some of them decided that, let's take it upon ourselves and prove that stricter rules are needed, that these people need to be punished, or at least that we need to put protections on, like, the ability to protect what I build and what I've made, and it's a great idea. So let's go around and destroy things. Let's ruin things for others. And in doing so, we'll prove that it's needed to avoid this in the future, and we'll get what we want. So, like I said, as soon as I started my investigation into who did it, both me and Win were looking through the log files and reading messages and things of that nature. We right away knew what the cause was, that was what it was, that it was as the result of people being annoyed that the rules weren't getting enforced, which definitely strengthened my belief that it was the people who I thought it was, as unbelievable as that was. Okay, so essentially, I sat there really hurt. I don't get hurt by a lot, and Win can definitely attest to that, and my sister, if you knew her, could definitely attest to that too. The people who know me know that nothing bothers me, that I don't get upset by a lot. I rant a lot, that is true. I have opinions that are very one-sided, I feel like, and yeah, if someone disagrees with my opinion, then I'll let them have it. If someone's showing a disrespect for others, I let them have it. I like to rant, but nothing really gets me upset. I don't get choked up. I don't cry about things. I don't get hurt by things. But for some reason, this really affected me differently, because it was done by people who I would have considered friends, people who I had trusted and put my trust into, people who I would have expected to lead by example, and make the place welcome for others. And instead of doing that, it was I can't even compare it to anything. And that's, I think, why I got so hurt by it. It's sort of, in a weird way, it's sort of like when you're in a relationship with someone, and you have a complete trust in them. They would never do anything to hurt me. I love them so much. And then they go and they'll cheat on you, or they'll lie and do something behind your back that, you you didn't think was ever possible for them to do. In a weird way, that's sort of what happened. Not on much of a relationship level, of course, but it's still in a strange little way. My relationship with the fans is just as personal to me as my relationship with someone else, like a person in the real world. And these real people who I trusted and respected and put my faith in to lead by example were the ones that hurt me. And that was hard for me to accept. So I had to go through and essentially remove all of them, just about everyone from that time who logged in, off of the server until things are settled down. And I don't even know at this point if I can add them back. Like, it's such a trust issue that came up that it's going to take a long time to rebuild that trust. And all of them, every single one of them, no matter how much I appreciated them, respected them, trusted them, every single one of them is going to have to completely rebuild their trust in me, or my trust for them, from square one. They have to start from the beginning again. I got to look at something else here before I start building. Can't make that jump. Come on, I can make that jump. Come on. Nope. No, come on. No, wait. One more. Come on. Did someone move my bed by one block? I swear I could make that jump 1,000 times over before. But yeah, that was just such a shocking thing. And so it's, when I addressed the issue, when I found out who it was, I heard some comments that were made behind closed doors by certain people. It kind of hurt me further, but it made me feel like maybe I hadn't reiterated enough, or maybe I hadn't talked about it enough. Maybe I hadn't discussed enough the respect that we should have for one another as a society, as a people, as a whole. Just this lack of respect that was shown was, to me, shocking, and especially who it was done by. I think that they didn't mean it. Before you go and leave your ranty comments, I don't think that they really meant to hurt anybody by it. I think that it was like a spur of the moment. We're upset. Let's do this. It's a great idea. Let's rebel. Let's, protest. It's human nature. Like, protests happen all around the world, and good results can happen from protest. I don't think they really meant to hurt anybody by it. I just got hurt as a kind of a bad side effect, I think. And I don't think they intended to do that. However, a lot of lying did go on that I saw after I knew and learned who was at fault, and then went back and read some of the messages and saw that they were trying to not be forthcoming and honest about it. And in fact, as of right now, nobody, not a single person, and I know several of the culprits, not a single person has come to me, even to so much as say, "Poet, I'm sorry. What I did was wrong. I apologize. I'm sorry." Nobody has come and done that. And that's one of the things that bothers me too, is that they can do something like that and not, maybe they feel bad, but they're not taking the appropriate steps to repair that trust, which they already should be doing. If it was me, I'd be horrified about what I had done. I think that I would be working really hard to try to make it up to a person that I wronged. But nobody's gone so far as to apologize yet. And that also kind of upsets me a little bit. But I'm slowly getting over it. I did. It's so silly. It's something that I'm not used to. What the heck is that? Something that I'm not. Oops. Wait. Something that I'm not used to or accustomed to feeling or dealing with. Because like I said, I'm very, very, very easygoing. I live in the world of Hawaii, really. And I say that a lot. It's like I live on island time where things happen as they happen. Go with the flow. You know, Hakuna Matata type of life. You know, I try not to let things like financial situations worry me, upset me. Things that are happening medically, things that are happening academically. I've never let things bother me. I really am very laid back. Often when people are upset with me in some way, and they'll be irate, and they'll be angry, and they'll be mad, and they'll be yelling, it gets them very frustrated because I don't respond with anger. Like, I don't respond to anger with anger. I often can tune people out, walk away from situations, and I don't find that is a problem for me. Like I said before, ranting, on the other hand, when something like bothers me, I will rant about it, but it's not like I'll be upset by it. It's not like I won't go on with my day. Oh, are they wanting to sleep? Oh. It's not like I won't go on with my day. And kind of just carry on. Keep on doing what I do. And I never take a rant seriously. I know always that, you know, there's a big chance that I could be wrong. And, you know, I'd have to apologize and learn from my mistakes, you know. But, yeah, nobody's apologized right now. And that's sort of frustrating. It's not upsetting, really. Like I said, it was upsetting, but it's not. I'm kind of over that. It's just frustrating that it seems like what I tried to do through the years of doing TimeShot videos, talking about things that go on in my life, talking about my opinion on things, about how we should respect other people and ourselves and each other, how it kind of fell upon deaf ears, it seems like. And that is disappointing. Frustrating, disappointing, you know. So that's sort of where I'm at today. You know, it's unfortunate that we had to, you know, basically remove people from the server, and it also put a damper. I was going to be doing a Patron UHC, spoilers, but there's no point in really keeping that cat in the bag now, which may be canceled now because of the things that happened. I was planning to do it probably next month, planning it this month, getting a list of people who would join it this month and stuff, but it might have to be put on by the wayside as a result of it, just on account of the fact that so many people were removed from the server. You know, maybe temporarily, like I said before. They'll have to rebuild my trust before I feel comfortable again letting them on. Simple as that. But anyway, yep, that's what I had to deal with, and I wanted to talk about it today just because it's been something that's been on my mind like crazy. Like, I just can't get it out of my mind. And yeah, that's it. I want to remind people that, you know, sometimes you'll find yourself in situations that are very frustrating to you, that are seemingly not being taken care of in a way that you believe they should be taken care of. We face this all the time when it comes to, government, when it comes to, employers, and when it comes to, you know, people who are just rude and obnoxious to you, or have slighted you, or have done things that are wrong, whatever the case. We'll run into situations like that through our lives. But you have to always, always keep in the back of your mind somewhere that, I say this advice when it comes to bullying, and I think that this is kind of the similar situation here, is that, a bully may be rude to you, hurtful to you, obnoxious to you, and go on and on and on like that. But you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. You don't know the life that they live. You just can't tell what they're going through, or you maybe they have some kind of a disorder, or something to explain why they are the way that they are. Should we be mad at them? Should we wish death upon them? No, that's not how we should act. We really, really, really should try our best to essentially move past it, look past it, live our lives the way that we always do, and strive to be better people. You aren't being a better people if you wish someone harm or wish to hurt someone because of something that they're doing. Just like, you might not like the way a government is being run, but that doesn't mean that you want to assassinate a president. Like, there's two extremes here. We're better people than that. We show respect for the people who are doing what they do in their free time and that kind of stuff. But anyway, that's sort of the talk I wanted to have, is just to, like, a reminder to show respect for others, and to always think about who is being affected by your actions. Because, like, it's easy for me to say I was hurt by it, by what happened. But right away, as soon as I logged in and I saw a bunch of, like, vulgar words and things all on the server, my immediate thought was, oh my God, there are little kids who, we may have just added this month to the server. Today might be the first day that they decide that they're going to log in. And maybe they're going to do that with their parents. Maybe they're going to do that after all the destruction's been done. And that's the first thing that they're going to see. And, I was freaking out about that. Like, I don't want that to be someone's first experience on my server, my place for fans to go and feel welcome. It shouldn't be that way. So that's sort of what my thought right away was. And I know, like, I'm not calling people terrible. Like, nobody was terrible in this situation. I think that they just didn't think it through. And that's what Wynn said to me. When I was getting upset, she said, listen, they did this, but they didn't do it to hurt you. They just didn't think it through. They wanted to prove a point and didn't think of how it might affect you and how it might affect others. And that's true. Oh, man, I missed it. That was true. It's very true that they just didn't think about it. And so I don't really blame them for doing that when kids are around, but that's why I wanted to put the reminder out there to just sort of think about your actions before you do them, because they might hurt more than the intended target. You know, if I I was gonna make a very extreme example, in times of war, but no, I won't. It's just, you got to think about, if I do this, who will it affect? And if we all take that time to do that, I feel like a lot of really terrible problems could be avoided. Simply because we might have that moral compass to tell us, oh, wait, no, I can't do this. It's going to possibly do this. X possibly could do Y. And yeah, so that's kind of the talk I wanted to have. Just sort of to remind people again, have respect for others. Don't do to others what you wouldn't want done to yourself. And that was, like I said, one of the prime rules I had for my server. And it seems like that one rule, the one rule, was broken. Now, of course, like I was saying, going back to the very, 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 very beginning, when I was talking about, people being blameless, people being innocent, there always will be, the chance that whoever was initially breaking things, causing problems, stealing, doing what they shouldn't have done to incite this rage in the others, it could very well be that they were doing it on purpose. But remember the bullying thing. You don't know what that person's going through. You don't know what they have been through. And there's always some kind of a reason, whether it's mental, whether it's physical, whether it's whatever. There's a reason why people act the way that they do. And we just have to consider that, I think. So, anyway, I think this roof is turning out way too tall, way too slanted. And I'm going to have to stagger it out, maybe. Like, stair, half slab, stair, half slab, stair, half slab. So I might just have to redo all of this work that I've done in this episode. Oh, quite a long episode too, but hope you guys enjoyed the talk as well. Even though it wasn't a really enjoyable subject, I hope that at least something good can come of it. And that's sort of, I wanted to just kind of reiterate something that I said to the people who were responsible. And I said this just in general in the Discord chat that we've got. I said that apart from my disappointment in them, that I just hope that it would be a learning experience for them. But I also want it to be, in me having this talk with everybody else, I want it to be a learning experience for everyone. In that, something was done to try to prove a point, to try to get their way. And in doing so, it really hurt me, and it hurt other people, I'm sure. I talked to one of the other patrons who wasn't on the server at that time, wasn't involved in the group, and they were really, really upset by it. They were really hurt by it. They considered the place a partial home for them. They considered the people on there friends, and yeah, it's did they do that to hurt that person? No, of course not. But that was the unintended consequence of their actions. So, yeah, this has to change. Completely change. The community hall has stair, block, stair, block, stair, block. Fabes is just half slab, half slab, half slab all the way up. But either way, this is way too steep. So I have to basically tear it all down. Oh well. We will tear it all down and start again. That's what Minecraft is all about. So, I mean, I've even had that talk before about griefing on servers and about how, don't hold a weight on Minecraft items. But look at what it did. And all for what? Right? Like, people got hurt. Feelings got hurt. People who had a place to go and hang out got kind of kicked out. All for what? For what? A few Minecraft blocks being missing or not working, or, you know, an enchanted book getting stolen, or a diamond going missing. For what? What does that benefit you now? What does that accomplish in life for you later down the road? You can do something horrible to someone for something really, really, really insignificant. And therein is another time where you should really consider what you're doing, and, you know, is it really worth it? There are some things out there that, you know, protesting is a must, and we need to fight for those rights, and we need to do those types of things. But, you know, is a book on Minecraft, or is a dead horse or a dead villager, you know, worth making someone's day terrible? Is it? You know, I lost sleep last night. Why did I have to lose sleep last night? Because of someone's missing book. You know, like, see, this is why I got upset before, and I'm starting to get upset again. So I just got to end it there. I apologize that, you know, I guess I didn't give that message out enough to respect others, to show respect for others, appreciation for others, love for others. To try to not sweat the small stuff. I've had that message a lot. I guess I failed in giving that message to the people who were listening. And for that, I am sorry. I'm truly sorry. I really am. Because that really, I wish I had done a better job. I feel like if I had done a better job, I wouldn't be in this situation right now. So I too am to blame in some ways. And so, yeah, I'm going to end it there. A lot to think about and a lot to consider. You know, maybe you're not on the Patron server. Maybe you were thinking of being there. And it is still the community that I love. I love the community. I love my community. You guys watching. I care about every single one of you. Even the people who caused the problems and did the thing that they did. You know, I don't hate anybody for it. I understand why they did it. Like I said, you know, it was an unintended side effect that I got hurt by it, but I understand why they did it. I don't hate anybody for it. I still think that my community, the viewers out there, you guys watching, you guys participating, pledging every month, donating when you can, doing what you do, you guys are the best of the best out there. And I don't just say that on my 100,000 subscriber specials and things of that nature. You know, you guys really are the best. I don't see communities like you anywhere else. I run into other YouTubers who have just absolutely toxic comment sections and really terrible attitudes in their communities and people fighting amongst themselves, and I pride myself so much that you guys aren't like that. And I still, after all of this, I still believe that to be true. Call me naive, but I have to start somewhere to rebuild the trust that, you know, I lost. I have to do that too. I have to do rebuilding myself. And I'm going to do that by, you know, forgive and forget type of thing. Well, not forget, but definitely, you know, forgiving people for what they do is something that everybody should start to try to do. Anybody of any religion, any creed, any whatever, if you start forgiving others, trying to, you'd be surprised at how quickly it becomes trivial. So that, I'm bouncing on tree to tree. I'm trying to end the episode, but I keep talking. making new talking points. I apologize for that too. So with that, like I said, a lot to think about, a lot to talk about. Leave your comments below. Again, keep it clean, keep it classy. Don't blame anybody for it. If you've just listened to what I've said, then you'd know that's not what I want. But yeah, I still would appreciate comments on, you know, what your opinion is of these kind of situations, and how you would have acted, and if you've been in similar situations. And maybe it's given you food for thought. Maybe you are currently acting out towards someone, towards your parents, towards teachers, towards, you know, other friends on servers, on games, whatever. Maybe it's made you open your eyes and think about it a little bit harder. We're ending it there. Thanks for watching. Like this video, comment below, do all those other awesome things that you people do. And we'll see you next time on TimeShot. Bye-bye.